morning children. Welcome you back to my class once again. The other day I have sent you the notes regarding the mineral resources. Have you all completed the notes children? Yes, many have written and sent me the notes. I am happy. And as I told you before, each and every video I will be telling which are the subtopics that has been reduced from your syllabus. Okay, so now that day I told you what are the resources has been deleted, and moreover I explained about the Mughals and the Marathas lesson, and in that which are the topics has been reduced. That is the rise of the Maratha kingdom, Shivaji, administration, successor, and the Shivaji the Peshwas. All that has been reduced from your syllabus. Okay. I told you before I start the lesson, I will tell you the reduced portions. Okay. And today I am going to start up with the political science, that is judicial system. Judicial system. In that lesson, which are the topics has been reduced is subordinate courts, revenue courts, people's court, Lok Adalat. These are all reduced in your syllabus. And only thing you are going to read it, that is about the Supreme Court and the High Court. That's it. Okay children. So what are the notes I am sending for the particular topic? Only that you may write. Don't copy it from the guide. Okay. No need of writing all the answers. Okay children. So only whatever I am mentioning in the syllabus, only to that syllabus you are going to write your notes. Okay. So now today the lesson is, that is judicial system. Okay. As you all know, the constitution, it distinguishes between the three organs of the state or the government. Okay. Which are the organs? These all are very old to you. Because when you are in 7th standard, you are familiar with all this, the organs, the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. All the three you all are familiar with. Okay. So now only today I am going to start with that is judicial system. Understood children? So we have common judicial system for the entire country. Unlike the American judicial system where there are separate courts for the center and the states. Okay. Our judiciary is independent. It is having its own ideas, independent guidance. It is independence of the guidance of the legislature and the executive. The High Court, Subordinate Court, and District Court, they functions under the Supreme Court. As you all know, the Supreme Court is the highest court of law. Okay, its judgment is final. The Supreme Court is the highest court of law, and whatever judgment it is being given by the Supreme Court, that will be considered as the final. Whether regarding the small matters, big matters, majority, whatever it is, the Supreme Courts will be, the decision will be the final one. Okay. So now the Supreme Court, that is existence, came into existence by the Act of Parliament on January 28th. Okay, it came into force on January 28th, 1950. Okay, it came into existence in January 28th, 1950. Where is its capital? It is in New Delhi. The President appoints the Chief Justice and the other judges. So there are at present there are 31 judges and including the Chief Justice. There are certain qualifications if you want to become a judge or a lawyer, simple lawyer. If you want to become a lawyer, there are certain qualifications regarding your education, maybe whatever it is, there are certain qualifications. So now the qualification of a Supreme Court judge, what are the qualifications? He should be a citizen of India. Whatever it is during the election time itself, I told you, you may think it is a country of democracy, though you have the freedom, equality, what are the fundamental rights, but certain qualities are there. Okay, that is he should be a citizen of India. That is the major and a very important qualification that he should have. He should be a citizen of India. Okay. Next, he should have served the High Court for at least 5 years. For more than 5 years, he should have been served in the High Court or should have been an advocate of the High Court. He should be either an advocate or a judge. Okay. So, he should be a juristic of the President's opinion. If the President is giving his opinion, he may be qualified. Understood? These are all the qualifications that he should be as a judge of India. The age of retirement of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is 65 years. At the age of 65, he can be retired. However, he can resign earlier due to some of the his problems, personal problems. He may resign by his post. Okay. If the judges are found to be guilty, if they are against the law, if they are doing things illegally, then they will be removed from their post. They will be removed from the judge seat. Okay. They can be removed from the office by the President. The President has got the authority to remove. The President is the one who appoints the judges. Okay. So he has got the authority to remove him if he finds the judge to be a guilty one. Understood? If he is found to be a guilty one, then he is removed from the post. Or else, if before the retirement date, if due to his personal problem or health problem or according to the situation, if he want to resign, he can resign it before itself. Okay, children? So, with the recommendation or with the discussion of both the houses, which are the both the houses? That is the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. He should take the opinion of both the houses and consent of them. The President may remove the judge. Okay. The salaries and allowances are decided by the Act of Parliament. Okay. Next, it is the functions and powers of the judiciary system. They are having the 3 functions. That is the original powers, then appellate powers, then advisory powers. What are the original powers? It is having the resolving the problems between the union and the state. Okay? It is having the power to resolve. Resolve means what? Settle. Resolving. Okay? It is having the power to resolve the matters between the union as well as the state and between the states. Okay? And one more, it has to safeguard the fundamental rights of the citizens. Okay? Its major function is to safeguard the fundamental rights. You know what are the fundamental rights? That is, I taught you in the first lesson, that is the Constitution. Okay? In that lesson, Constitution, I explained about the fundamental rights. Okay? So, it has to safeguard the fundamental rights of citizen. Then next, it is interpreting the provision of the Constitution. Interpreting means taking out the decision and giving its decision. Interpreting. They have to take in words whatever is spoken in the 3 houses or the 3 organs of the body. The executive, the judiciary and the legislature. It has to take the opinion and it can provide the interpreting. That is the function. That is original powers. Next, it is appellate powers. Appellate powers is the power to hear appeals against the decision of lower court. Lower court. For this, suppose if a person, citizens may file case in the Supreme Court, okay, against the judgment given. The Supreme Court may accept such decision and may give their judgment in these matters. They will receive the matters and then they may give their opinion. It may also give special direction to the citizens of fine such person. Next, it is the advisory powers. What is advisory powers? Article 143 of the Indian Constitution confers upon the Supreme Court advisory judiciary. Okay, according to the Article 143, the Supreme Court may advise the President. Okay, the Supreme Court is having the authority to advise even the President when he seeks an opinion important important public issues. When you wanted to take an issue regarding the public, what are the public's expectation? Okay, so during the time, the Supreme Court gives such opinion that is advisory to the President itself. Major functions of the Supreme Court. Okay, next. In addition to the above mentioned function, the Supreme Court serves as a court of records, chief advisory to the central and states, and has the power to issue separate writs. What is writs? Writs is nothing but petition. Okay. Next it is about the High Court. As I told you, subordinate court is not there, revenue court is not there, and next I'll explain to you about the High Court. Okay, the Constitution provides for every court in every state. Every state has a High Court, isn't it? Sometimes there is one High Court for more than 2-3 states also. Okay, if the state wise, if it is the population is less, then what will happen? There will be at least one High Court to the 2 or 3 states. Understood? The High Court consists of the Chief Justice and other judges. Okay, the number of judges varies from state to state. Okay, number of judges means the judges will not be the same in number. They may be different. Okay, they may be different. Next, it is the qualification of a High Court judge. He should be same like the judges only. The High Court judge should be a citizen of India. Okay, should not serve as a judiciary officer in a judicial office or worked as an advocate. Should have served. He is also having the same qualification that he should be worked as judicial officer in judicial office or worked as advocate of the High Court for more than 10 years. Next, should be a distinguished juristic as per the opinion of the President. Here also the President is giving his opinion. Okay, the age of retirement is 62, whereas I told you the age of retirement for the judges 65 years. 65, and here for the High Court judge, the High Court judge retirement age is 62. Okay, so however they can resign earlier also. Same, they can resign earlier if the judges are found to be guilty. Same the position. Okay, their duties they can be removed from the office by the President, supported by the majority vote of both the houses of Parliament. They are also same. There is no much difference at all. Okay, same difference. It is the functions of the High Court. The High Court has power over the whole state. Its functions are the original power to resolve civil and criminal cases. Okay, naval, martial and contempt of court cases. Next, to admit appeals against the judgment passed by the subordinate court in civil and criminal cases. To direct transfer of cases from the lower courts to the higher court. To supervise the working of the subordinate court. To admit writ petitions to safeguard the fundamental rights and other legal rights to citizens. Okay, so these are all the functions of the Supreme Court and the High Court. Okay, as I told you, the Supreme Court is the highest court of law. Its judgment is final. Okay, the Supreme Court came into existence in January 28, 1950. It is in New Delhi. Understood, children? So, the powers and function is having the original power, the appellate power and the advisory power. What is appellate power? As I explained to you, citizens may file cases in the Supreme Court against the judgment given in the lower court. Whatever judgment is given to them in the lower court, it may be taken to the Supreme Court. Once again, they can take up the case to the Supreme Court if they are not satisfied with whatever opinion, with whatever the result as given by the small courts, local courts. Okay, the Supreme Courts may accept such appeal. It will accept such appeal and issue judgment in these matters. That is only appellate powers. Okay, you should know the difference between the original power, the appellate power, and the advisory power, and the qualification of a judge, and the qualification of the High Court judge. Understood? What is the age of retirement of the judge Supreme Court? He is retired at the age of 65. And whereas the judge of the High Court is being retired at the age of 62. Okay, this is all the difference you have to learn. Very small lesson. I will be sending you the notes for this particular topic. You may read that. Okay, whatever questions I am giving, only that to read, because you will not know which are the subtopics that has been reduced. Okay, children. Thank you.